Well, we made it to the last lecture. It's hard to believe that after this 6.5, 7 weeks, we finally gotten to the end here, and we're going to go into the conclusion of the course, which is in some ways exciting that we've made it, in other ways sad that we have to end this process. I do want to end, though, with looking at a different way of thinking about change. Rather than fighting the existing reality to change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. And so we've used integral theory and different change management processes to imagine a different kind of operation, a different kind of thinking, that we can build these new models. That's pretty exciting. And when we developed the MS in Sustainable Design program almost 10 years ago now, we decided to throw out everything that we had known before about design and design education and start fresh, start with a clean slate, and build a model that others could then learn from and understand and maybe move towards. So in our model, a student starts in the very beginning of a very large spiral. And the hope is that as they go through the classes, and this is our class, by the way, in our program, as they go through the classes, the studios, and their thesis, they cycle through the four perspectives, integral theory or integral sustainable design, and they begin to get a holistic model of what it means to be a designer in the 21st century. And I use the term design very freely because we have lots of people in our program that have never designed before. We see everything as a design problem, as a design thinking opportunity. The design of policies and procedures is probably more important in the end than the buildings and interiors themselves. And this spiral continues, right? So after you get out of the university, you keep spiraling. I got to update this diagram. And actually, now that I've given this set of lectures, I realize how many more diagrams could be useful in understanding this. So we're really here at the end. And what I want to remind you is of, at our very core, and we've talked a lot about this, there is the desire for good. There is the desire to do the right thing. And there's also the desire to take care of nature, to take care of what is our future. And design itself is really the action of connecting our core values, our beliefs, through activities to have a set of results where we can begin to restore the planet to its original glory, not just because it's the right thing to do, but because it's the necessary thing to do. And so it's been exciting to work with you over the last 6.5, 7 weeks to begin to think about how we might do that. The next course is going to be really exciting. I'm not quite sure when it's going to run. I've leveraged my family and friends greatly to get this particular course finished. But next course, which will probably start in June, maybe mid-June, we're going to look at rating systems and standards, such as the LEED Passive House Living Building Challenge. And I've done a lot of work over the last 20 years with these systems. We're going to look at integrative project delivery. And you'll notice here that there's no more philosophy. Here it's really about how do you actually make a sustainable project, right? The philosophy part's already been covered. So we're going to look at the cost influence curve, we're going to look at design charrettes, we're going to look at all different kinds of ways that we're seeing practices change to reach sustainability. We're going to look at green construction and sustainable modular construction. We're going to look at eco-cities, especially eco-districts, which we're using in studio right now. Looking at where sustainability is heading with biophilia, biomimicry, herbophilia, technophilia. And then finally looking at resilience as sustainability moves forward and as the climate continues to change, whether it's us or nature, we're still going to be in a position where we need to begin to think about how can we create resilient systems where people can survive the changes that are coming. We're going to look at the precautionary principle. And so some last words that I'd like to share with you as we move forward towards the end of the course is this one. The person who says it cannot be done should never interrupt the person who is doing it. So as you begin to move forward and begin to implement changes in your own life and in your organizations, don't let those people slow you down. I use the term baby steps and dandruff. So when somebody, and dandruff for those of you who don't speak English very well or a lot, dandruff are the white flecks that come out of your hair when your scalp is dry, and you usually just brush those off your shoulder. So when people begin to tell you it's not possible, just brush it off like some dandruff on your shoulder. And then of course baby steps. You can't do it all at once. You have to get small incremental wins towards the larger battle, and hope that will help you frame your efforts as we move forward. And finally, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed people can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. And certainly sustainability is something that is changing the world and will change the world at levels at which we've really never seen in the history of our planet. So again, I want to thank you for taking this course with me, and I'm looking forward to finish writing the final assignment that will allow you to get the certificate for the course if you'd like to do that.